end. Okay. Let's go ahead and make our way to our mat. If you've got a blanket, go ahead and bring that underneath your seat. So I'm going to give you two options. You can sit in a nice easy cross, or you can join me up on your shins. And then if you'd like, you can use your block here to sit upon, maybe one or two blocks, whatever feels right for you, just to get a little release through those ankles. So as we're sitting here, let's take a couple deep letting go breaths and just draw the shoulders up around the ears. And as you exhale, let the shoulders fall down and back, letting go of the stay. Let's just do two more just like that. Breathing in, drawing the shoulders up around your ears like earrings. And then exhale, release and let go of the day. Maybe even a sigh of relief on that next exhale out. Breathing in, drawing in. And then exhale, release, let go. And maybe just take a moment to just gently rock your head, ear, shoulder to shoulder, and just let the neck start to relax and release the tension from this day. And then when it feels right, just bring your head back over the heart. Let the eyes just soften down if that feels right. And just come along the horizon so the chin is slightly tucked. And then maybe you turn your palms up, open to receive, or maybe your palms are down, just grounding you here. So today in our Yoga Sutras, we're on antararas. So these are our obstacles that distract us. So some of those obstacles that they list in our Yoga Sutras, some of these 9 obstacles that we may face in our journey are disease, apathy, self-doubt, carelessness, fatigue, sexual preoccupation, erroneous views or distorted views, ungroundedness, and regression. So let's just take our time to sit quietly as we turn our attention inward, as we bring our awareness to our breath, as we just start to feel that generous giving and receiving with the power of our breath. And as we find maybe a little bit more ease and comfort here, letting our breath just flow freely, opening our heart mind to just receive what we need this evening. Because these antarayas are obstacles that can divert our attention away from the point of focus. So we come back to our breath as our focal point. And the scripture that really was standing out to me today, and maybe it's from the podcast I'm listening to, but it is Psalms 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. And in order to connect us to the oneness of all things, we're going to start with the sounding of Om, that universal original sound of the universe. And this Om mantra can help to dissolve away the distractions. So if you'd like to join me, you can just follow me with that Om sound as you breathe in and as you exhale, making that Om sound for the duration of the exhale. Om. 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 And just notice how your body feels after practicing and using that mantra. So for these next few breaths, as you breathe in, just start to breathe in your heart's intention, just continuing to notice what is arising within you. And your options for mantras today, you can come back to Om, or you can use I am, because we are the great I am, because the great I am is in us. Or maybe it's I am greater than anything that is outside of me. So now just take a moment to just gently nod your head yes or maybe no, and just gently do what feels right for your head to get that last little bit of release. As we just seal in that mantra, the heart's desires, our intention, whatever we have to carry with us through class. And then when it feels right, just bring your head back to the center. Just soften the hands outside of the hips. And let's take our inhale, rise up. Exhale, soften the hands back. Feel the earth beneath your hands. Let's do that again. Inhale, rise. This time, let that right hand drop down. Reach that left arm over. Just feel your hips land down. Start to feel the expansion from your hip ring through your rib rings. And now inhale, rise. Exhale, let that other hand soften down. Rooting in. Feel the hips soften down. And as you breathe in, I am. Exhale, soften. Right hand back to the earth. And then inhale, I am. Soften, left hand down, reach over. So now let's inhale, rise, and we're going to slowly revolve to the right. Let the hands soften down. Just look to the side. And now keeping that front arm just as it is, let's release just that rear arm, crossing it on top, crossing the limbs, and just soften the gaze down. We're just working to balance out the mind here. So breathe through the back of the heart, your desires for tonight. Breathe in, I am. And now just slowly lift the gaze, turning the thumbs down, just draw the palms together. So the pinkies are on top. So now just flip your hands in through your arms. And then we're just going to just soften the hands slightly away from our face. So our wrists are crossed. We're just softening our hands a little bit away from our face here. And then slowly uncross the arms, slowly reach back high, inhale, and then revolve to the left hand, soften down. And now as you feel that beautiful lift and you're twisting, breathe slowly and deeply. I am. And now just like before, only releasing the rear hand, cross it on top of the front arm, soften the gaze down. As you humble yourself to receive the wisdom from within. And now just slowly draw the gaze up. Once again, drawing the palms together so the thumbs are pointing down, pinkies are on top, and then interlock the hands. And maybe switch the interlock so it feels a little awkward now. And then turn your hands in towards your chest through your arms, and then maybe just a gentle reach away with the hands. Just a little release here in the forearms. And then flip your hands back through the center. Inhale, rise. And then exhale, paint the canvas down in front and just move through that back body a few times. So soften the back, and then inhale, lift the heart forward, draw the elbows back. So just rest your hands there on your thighs and just move through that cat and cow spine. And just notice the movement, that flexion and extension that you can receive here seated. One more time each way. And then let's come back to the center and slowly inhale. So if you have a block there between your legs, just go ahead and move that off to the side. And then just come up onto your knees so you're up in that exalted hero pose. Now let's inhale. We're going to just further that side stretch. So slowly soften one hand down to the thigh and reach over. And then inhale, rise. Slowly soften the other hand down to the other thigh, reach over. And then inhale, rise, soften the hips down, slowly revolve to the right or to the left, letting that rear hand soften, come into a fist if you need, and then maybe reach the front hand high as you lift the hips. Exhale, soften the hips, come back into that seated hero pose. And then inhale, rise with the hips, rise with the arms. And then exhale, soften the hips down, revolve the other way. And just like before, soften the rear hand down, maybe lift the front hand as you lift the hips. I am. And then exhale, soften the hips back down, soften the hand down. And then when you're ready, inhale, rise up with the hands and hips. Exhale, one more time, revolving, softening the hands, revolve that first direction. Soften the rear hand down, reach up, lift the hips. Exhale, soften the hips, soften the hand, and then inhale, reach high, lift hips. Exhale, soften the hips, revolve the other way. And then lower the rear hand down, reach the front hand high, maybe lift the hips. And then exhale, soften the hand. And then inhale, rise. Hands come back, hips come up. Let's soften the hands to meet the heart. So let's pause here for this moment, and we'll move through that back body just a little bit more. So walk your hands down to the earth, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. And let's just move through that back body a few more times in your cat-cow breath. As you breathe in, I am. And just let that reverberate down the spine, up the spine. And maybe even shake your tail a little bit here as you rag those hips. The last time with that spine moving up and down. And then walk your hands back in space, coming back up onto your knees into that exalted hero. Reach the hands high, melt the hands down to the heart. So you have options. You can stay right here. We're going to press through that left shin and knee and step the right foot forward. If you need to, lower your hands down. So just breathe here and just pause here. And then maybe if you wish, you can grab your blocks and lower the hands down, and then exhale, sink your hips back. So let's do a little rocking forward and back, and see if you need some support underneath that rear knee. I'm going to give you an invitation. If you wish to remove your hands, you can bring your hands behind you and just flow forward and back without the hands, just to challenge that balance. No, you can always keep your hands there on the earth. One more time, forward and back. And then slowly shift your weight back forward. If you can, bring your hands back to the heart. Let's just pause here. And we're going to gently revolve. So slowly revolve towards that right knee. Maybe bring that outer elbow to the outer thigh, or just bring that left hand under the shoulder if that's for you. So as you expand into the great I am that we all are, slowly just reach those arms open, expand. Seal that into the heart center as the hands come together. Inhale, expand, I am. Seal it into the heart. One more time, I am. Sealing that back to the heart, and then take your time, release that revolve, and then we're going to lower the hands down and bring them to the inside edge of that right foot. Let's kickstand that left foot so that the toes are turned towards that long edge of the mat. And then we're going to come on up into our kneeling warrior two. So when you're ready, release the arms, reverse cartwheel up into your kneeling warrior two. And just breathe through that hip now. Breathe into those tight, sticky spaces, and we'll check on that front knee to press to bring that inner edge of the knee towards the pinky toe side. And now let's inhale, lengthen out the front leg, reach the rear hand down the thigh. And then we're going to find our gate pose. So slowly inhale up, head over the heart, and then reach over that extended leg. Let's inhale, come back to our kneeling warrior two, soften, bend the front knee, breathe here. Stay here for a few breaths. Then switch it off. Feel the shoulders softening down the back body as you feel that expansion through the hips. And now inhale, lengthen out the front leg, reach the hand down that rear left thigh. We're going to do that optional add-on here. So lower the left hand down up underneath the shoulder, finding your side plank here. And just pivot the right foot. So now it's squared with the front edge of your mat. So now we're going to challenge that balance maybe by lifting up that bottom foot. Just working those oblique muscles here. So maybe you do your little rock forward and back with that foot, challenging the balance a little bit more. And then still that movement, slowly soften that foot down. Take your time and inhale back up and turn the toes back forward. Now that the shoulders are over the hips, slowly reach over that extended leg. And now inhale, draw the hands up. Let's bring our hands down in front of us. We're going to pivot that right foot again so it's parallel with the short edge of our mat, and then sink our hips back. So now that we sunk our hips back, maybe you wish to turn the right toes up to the sky. And just breathe here. Just send all of that breath into the right inner thigh. Let's take another full breath here. Now slowly turn the toes back down. Slowly walk your hips back up. And then we'll turn the right toes back to the front edge of the mat and come on up onto our hands and knees, preparing to go into that warrior two one more time, that kneeling warrior two, stack the knee over that ankle. And now exiting the way we came. So let's cartwheel those hands down, framing the front leg, and then we'll pivot that rear foot. So pivot that rear knee so that it's back, pointing back in space, and then exhale, sink the hips back again. Feel the hips square off. So we'll come back forward. And then we're gonna walk or step that right knee back. So stepping the right knee back, and then when you're ready, walk the hands back and come into your exalted hero. Let's inhale, rise. Let's slowly reach down that left thigh again. Inhale, rise, reach down the right thigh again. Then we're gonna do that revolve series one more time in between sides. So exhale, let's soften the hips down, revolve one way, lower the hands down. Once the hands are on the earth, ground that rear hand, and then inhale, reach the front hand, lift the hips. Exhale, soften the hips. Inhale, come back up with the hips and the hands, reach high. Exhale, soften the hips, revolve the other way. Lower the rear hand down. Inhale, lift the hips, lift the hand. Exhale, lower the hips, lower the hand. Inhale, lift the hips, lift the hands. Slowly soften the hands to meet the heart. So just like before, you can touch down if you need to. Really press through that right knee and shin now, and then step that left foot forward, walk the toes forward. So once you're here, check that rear knee, add support if you need it, and then exhale, lower the hands to meet the earth. So now we're gonna do that tick-tock forward and back again. Inhale, forward, exhale, sink back, lengthen out the front leg to whatever degree is right for you. So just like before, you can stay here, or maybe you wish to add that balance challenge by bringing your hands behind the back as you shift forward and back. Let's just do that another time or two, shifting forward and back. And then we'll all meet back forward, pausing forward. And if your hands are down at the earth, maybe you can bring your hands to your heart. As you breathe in, I am. And then we're going to slowly revolve. So either the right hand comes down or just bring that elbow to the outer thigh. So now as we expand into the great I am that we all are, let's open our arms. Inhale, I am. Exhale, draw the palms together, seal it in. Inhale, expand the arms open, I am. Exhale, bring the palms together, seal it in. One more time, I am. Draw the palms back together. Now slowly release the revolve, lower the hands down, and then we're gonna pivot that rear knee. So pivot the right knee, so now the toes are pointing towards that long edge of the mat. And then we'll walk our hands to the inside edge of the left foot. Take your time, reverse cartwheel up into your kneeling warrior two. So just start to breathe into that space in the hips. I know that sun's shining right in my face. Soften those shoulders down, breathe here. And now as you inhale, lengthen out the front leg, lower that right hand down, reach up and over. And then moving into that gate pose, inhale, rise, hands over or shoulders over the hips, slowly reach over that extended leg. Inhale, come on back to the center, and then warrior two, pause and breathe here as you breathe in the strength of, and the power of the warrior that you are. As you feel the ground and the earth beneath you supporting you. See if you can find even more ease here as you trust that what is within you is greater than anything outside of you. And now inhale, extend the front leg, reach down that right thigh again. And this time we're going to add on. So lower that right hand down underneath the shoulder. And then when you're ready, we'll lift up that left foot, flexing the foot. Pause here, working those obliques. Make any adjustments. And then maybe you add that little motion, moving the foot forward and back in space, challenging the balance, challenging the core. Trying to keep that foot parallel with the hip or below the hip. 1 or 2 more times forward and back. And then find your center point, pause, slowly soften the foot down, turn the toes back forward, inhale, rise with the arms, reach over that extended leg into gate pose. And now inhale, rise with the arms. Now we're just gonna bring our hands down to the earth in front of us. Walk your hands down, pivot that left foot so now it's parallel with the short edge of your mat, and then sink your hips back. Let your hips sink back over that right heel. And then turn the left toes up to the sky and walk your hands forward in space as you breathe in through that left inner thigh. Send the breath to any of those tight, sticky spaces because our breath has the power to alleviate that pain receptor in our brain. So we can do a lot of magic with our breath. Continue to feel the softening through that inner thigh as you exhale out. And then if those toes are turned high, slowly turn the toes back down, walk your hips back up, and then walk your hands back in space, inhaling up. We're going to turn the left toes back to the front edge of the mat, and then slowly soften, bend the front knee back to your warrior two. Breathe in, I am. Feel the front knee stack over the ankle, pressing the inner edge of the knee towards the pinky toe side. Now cartwheel those hands back down. Once they're there, now you can pivot that rear knee. Take that moment to exhale as you sink your hips back. Slowly shifting back forward, we're going to step the left knee back. And let's do that one more time. So walk your hands back and inhale high. Exhale, reach down the left thigh. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, down the right thigh. And then we'll do that revolving series again. Inhale high. Now exhale, soften the hips down as you slowly revolve one direction. Hands soften down. Once the rear hand's on the earth, inhale, reach the hips, lift the front arm. Exhale, soften the hips, soften the front hand. On your inhale, rise, reach the hips, hands up. Exhale, soften the hips, lower the hands, revolve the other way. Sit tall, and then soften the rear hand down. Inhale, lift the hips, lift the hand. Exhale, soften the hand, soften the hips. Inhale, rise, lift up. Hands melt down to the heart, pause. And now just take a moment to flex both feet here and then just sink back with the hips, just sitting back on the heels, breathing through the toes as you feel the toes spread far, deep, and wide. As you breathe in, I am. And now just turn the fingertips away from you. Slowly lengthen out the arms, soften the head down. As you expand those arms open, breathe in, I am. Exhale, draw the palms together. One more time, breathing in, opening arms, I am. Exhale, soften the palms back together. And now let the hands soften down to the earth. Walk your hands forward. You can keep those feet flexed and walk your hands one hand width in front of the shoulders, pressing on up into down dog if that's for you, and just start to march out those legs. I just realized my shirt's inside out. That's okay. Breathe here. Those are the subtle distractions that can throw us off course. So we just breathe here now. And then when it feels right for you, just soften the heels towards the earth And we're just going to bring a little bit of space between the feet. So slowly walk one foot out at a time to that nice wide stance to the outer edge of the mat, and just rock your hips a little side to side. Just breathe in the space in the sacrum. And now slowly soften and draw your hips back to the center. Walk your feet back into the center. Let's do a little more core work here before we come up. So we're going to shift into plank pose. Maybe you need to wiggle the toes back there a little bit. Just to do a little bit more work, just flip the toes one way. So once the feet are flipped one way, maybe you reach that front arm up to the sky. You can lower that bottom knee down. And then exhale, lower the hand down, flip the toes back to the center, and then let the toes flip the other direction. You can stay there or lift that front arm. Whatever way the toes are going is the arm you lift. Slowly soften the hand down, turn the toes back to the center one more time. Flip the toes, maybe lift that arm. Always keeping the bottom arm under the shoulder. Exhale, lower the hand, flip the feet, and then flip them the other direction. Last time, maybe rise up with that arm. I am. Soften that hand down, flip the toes back to the center, lift the hips high. We're gonna lift up that right leg, just circle that ankle. Break up that scar tissue, circle it the other way. And then what we're going to do is we're going to step the foot between the hands. So turn the toes down towards the earth. Get ready to step the foot between the hand. This is where if you'd like your blocks, grab your blocks. We'll do a little tick-tock forward and back here too. So just exhale, sink the hips back as you square those hips off. And then inhale, breathing forward. So we should feel a little bit longer here, since we've already started closer to the earth. And now let's come all the way back to the center. And just like before, maybe your hands stay down or maybe your hands come to the heart. So we're just moving a little bit further away from the ground. So really feel that charge of energy through that rear leg, through the rear heel. Now we're going to slowly revolve again. So slowly revolve towards that bent knee. Maybe drop the elbow down if that feels right. Breathe here. Once again, expanding in this space. I am. Expand those arms open. Seal that into your heart. Expand. I am. Seal it back in. One more time. Sealing it back in. Slowly return the hands forward. Soften the hands to the blocks. Exhale again, sink the hips back, square those hips off as you draw the left hip forward, right hip back. Now when you're ready, soften and bend the front knee, stack it above the ankle. Now pivot that rear foot. So we're going to take that same flow that we did on the earth. Now we're going to move away from the earth in our standing warrior two. So take your time, reverse cartwheel up, engaging the core, drawing your body up. Pause and be here now. Moving into reverse triangle, lengthen out the front leg, reach that front hand high, and then take a moment to look down and back, looking towards your rear pinky toe. Perhaps even seeing the stabilizer muscles in the ankle really working here to keep you centered. Now slowly draw your hands back or your head back over your heart. Reach your arms out to letter T. Slowly reach out into triangle. Reaching out from that hip, find your support. Pause and be here now. Let's inhale, rise. Slowly sink into warrior two again. I am. As you breathe in the strength and power that is in you, remembering what is within you is greater than anything outside of you. So now as we inhale, lengthen out the front leg, reach high, let the gaze go where it wants to go. Now slowly draw the hands back to the letter T. Reach out from that front hip. Find your support again into triangle. Take that moment to gently turn those low ribs forward. Maybe use a little less support in the supporting hand. And now when you're ready, inhale, come back up. We're going to take that moment to flex the right foot, turn the toes. So now they're facing to the long edge of the mat. Feet are both parallel with the sides of the mat. Now exhale, soften the hands behind the back. Interlock those fingers, charge the knuckles down, look high. Breathe in through the heart center, I am. And you guys know where I'm going to go here. So maybe you stay here, soften the gaze, hinge at the hips, lead with the heart, forward fold, and then let the arms reach overhead. Let the wisdom from your heart melt down to your mind. And now soften the hands down, lower the hands to the earth, join us down in a forward fold. And then let's slowly reach the right hand forward, then reach the left hand through the center of your legs and look underneath that right arm as you revolve. Continue to breathe through those inner thighs. Now walk the left hand back, gaze comes back, and then lower the right hand under the heart. And now reach the left fingertips forward, reach the right hand through the center of your legs, look under the left arm now, or maybe over the left arm. And then slowly draw the hands back to the center, one at a time. And then walk your hands to reach for the feet or for the calves, whatever you can hold on to, and just breathe here. So maybe you can hold on to whatever you can hold on to, and then just lengthen out the spine. Holding on and lengthening out the spine so the crown of the head is reaching forward, nice long spine. Exhale, soften, fold. Take this moment to go where you want to go now. Maybe you need a little flow here. Maybe you just need a little rock with the hips, whatever you need here. Create even more space through that sacrum. So make your way back to the center. We're going to come back to our fingertips. So come onto your fingertips. Engaging the core, feel the navel reach to the spine. Reach your arms to the letter T. Inhale, rise all the way to the top. Let's slowly melt the arms back to the letter T. Flex the right foot, turn the toes back to warrior two. Breathe and be here now. And then take your time, cartwheel those hands down, framing the front leg. Exhale, sink your hips back. Slowly inhale, bend the front knee, pivot the rear foot. So now you're facing forward again with both feet. Set the blocks off to the side, lower the hands down. We're going to step the right foot back. And now pause and be here now in your downward dog just to feel the two sides. Notice how the right feels compared to the left. You can stay right here. Maybe you wish to take a child's pose little break. You can do that as well. Or you can join me for that core work one more time. So we're going to shift into our plank and then turn the toes to the right or to the left. Turn the toes whichever way. And then whatever way the toes are pointing, lift that arm up. Slowly lower the hand down, flip the toes back to the center, and then flip them the other way. Reach the other hand high if you're doing this. Slowly lower the hand, flip the toes. Last time, flip the feet, lift the front arm. Lower the hand, flip the toes. Last time, the other way, lift that other arm. Slowly lower the hand, flip the toes, reach the hips high, pause. Plug the shoulders in, navel reaches to the spine. When you're ready, lift the left foot, start to circle that ankle out. both directions. So just like before, we're going to turn the toes down towards the earth. And now slowly step the foot between the hands. If you want your blocks, grab your blocks. Let's do that tick-tock action again, just forward and back a few times. Bending and extending the front leg. Trying to square those hips forward with the front edge of the mat. And last time, forward and back. Really press the ball mound to the foot in, feel the charge through that rear heel. When you're ready, slowly maybe peel your hands up if you can to the heart, into that prayer position as we seal in, I am. We're going to slowly revolve. So slowly revolve towards that bent knee. Maybe stack the elbow outside of the thigh, really charge through that rear leg. Active energy. Now expand the arms open, I am. Slowly bring the palms together, seal it in. 2 more times, expanding the arms open. Inhale, rise and open. Exhale, seal it in. I am, last time. Sealing it in. Return back to the front when you're ready. Soften the hands back down. And then we'll pivot that rear foot. So make the rear foot parallel with the short edge of your mat. And now when you're ready, we're going to slowly cartwheel up with those arms into warrior 2. Take your time here, pause here, and let's refine the pose. Check the front knee, stack it over the ankle, draw the inner edge towards the pinky toe side. Anchor in that rear right foot, the outer edge of the foot, lift the inner arch. And now slowly lengthen out the front leg, reverse triangle. Let the gaze go where it wants to go. Maybe it looks high or maybe it looks down and back just like before. Slowly reach the arms to the letter T. Reach out from your hip to find your triangle. Using as much support or as little support as you'd like. Keep turning those low ribs forward, lifting your heart towards the sky, the heart and sternum towards the sky. It's almost as if the shoulders are stacked, the hips are stacked. And then inhale, come into your warrior 2 again, rise up and then soften the front knee, pause and breathe in the strength and power that is in you. As you remember, what is within you is greater than anything outside of you. And now inhale, reverse triangle. Take your time. Let the gaze go where it wants to go. And as we keep that space through the front body, just reach your arms to the letter T and begin to reach out from the front hip. Soften the fingertips down to the shin or to the block. Maybe that block's behind the calf. Maybe use a little less support. Use those oblique muscles. Turn the low ribs forward. And now inhale, rise. Stay here with both legs extended. Now flex the left foot. Turn the toes up and then pivot the foot. So now the foot is parallel with the short edge of your mat again. Now exhale, lower the hands down into that weird interlock, charge the knuckles down, lift the gaze high, open the heart to the sky. I am. Feel the shoulder blades melt together on the back body. So either staying here or softening the gaze, hinging at the hips, lead with the heart, forward fold, reach the hands overhead. You need a little more openness through the heart. Draw the heels of the palms closer to one another. Now let the hands melt down to the back, unlock the fingers, melt the hands down to the earth in front of you. So now we'll switch that revolve. We're going to go into our lateral revolve here. So let's slowly soften that front left knee and then just walk the right hand inside edge of the left foot, wherever it wants to go in front of the left toes. Reach that right hand high or left hand high. Breathe through that right inner thigh. And now exhale, soften the hand, lengthen the legs, walk your hands to the center, and then bend the right knee, sink down and back, and then walk your hands over towards that right foot, keeping the left hand where it can reach to the inner edge of the foot in front of the foot, and then inhale up with that right hand. Breathe through that left inner thigh. So now exhale, soften down, walk your hands back to the center and just be here for a few breaths as you hang. Maybe wrap your hands on your elbow. We started class a little bit late, so we'll probably end around 8:05 just to give us that space. So just rock side to side. So whatever else you want to do here, if you want to do that lateral side lunge a few times, go ahead. You've got a few moments here to just move, however you want to move. Allow that expansive space through those inner thighs. Finishing up wherever you are. And then we're going to come back to the center, really anchor in the outer edges of your feet. Let's come to our fingertips, engage the core, navel to the spine. Reach your arms to the letter T. Inhale, rise all the way high. Hands melt down to the heart. Let's once again flex the left foot, turn the left toes forward, and then soften and expand into your warrior two. Last time here. Now take your time, reverse cartwheel those hands down to the earth or to the blocks. And then once you're here, lengthen out the front leg, head folds down. Now slowly soften the front knee, pivot the rear toes. Let's set those blocks off to the side. We're going to step back to our down dog. And then we'll come into our final plank pose. Last little bit of work here. Won't be doing too much. So now maybe you lower the knees down or you come chaturanga down, however you wish. So if you're chaturanging, shift your shoulders forward, hug the elbows in, and then find whatever version of cobra. Since it's the end of class, you can come into that extended arm cobra, maybe even upward dog, lifting the thighs off the earth, pressing through the top sides of the feet. And then exhale down, soften your body down. And then we're going to come back into child's pose to rest. So if you've got your blocks, bring your blocks with you. I want to release those triceps. So just kind of bring your blocks at least wide enough, shoulder width apart, and then rest your elbows upon the blocks. Let the belly rest on the thighs. And then let the head drop between the blocks. Bring your palms together in that prayer position, and then bend at the elbows, draw the thumbs back to that cervical spine or to where they want to go. And just breathe here as you breathe through the backs of the triceps. In this humbled position, just receive from the great I am. Now slowly lengthen out the arms. Let's walk our body back. We'll remove those blocks and we'll just rock our hips off to one side, bringing those feet out in front. And then we're going to come on down to the earth. So take your time and just slowly roll down. You can go down however you wish. And then just draw the knees to the chest and maybe rock, maybe circle the knees. Get that last back body release. And then we'll revolve one last time. So now find your way back to the center. Spread your arms wide as you ground into the great I am that is beneath you. Exhale, let the knees fall left. Gently let the gaze fall right as you feel the shoulder blades spread and anchor you here. And slowly let the gaze draw back up to the sky as you look to the expansive sky above you. Inhale, draw the knees up, and then exhale, let the knees soften to the right, gaze softens to the left. I am. Now slowly inhale, draw the gaze up, draw the knees up. Last back body release, happy baby, perhaps knee circles again. Just massage that back body. Give it that invitation to start to release and relax. So when it feels right for you, we're going to pull our body into a nice tight ball. So drawing everything in, draw the knees to the nose. And then as you exhale, lengthen everything out, lengthen out, extend the legs, extend the arms, expand the fingers, expand the toes. And then let all parts of you just soften. When you're ready, release. Go wherever you need to go. Perhaps it's with a nice soft bend knee to release the low back if you need that. So now just breathe here as you rest here. As we come back to the quote, "Be still and know that I am God," from Psalm 46:10. And I wanted to also read you this quote from Joseph Campbell, and then we'll come back to the psalm. "Opportunities to find deeper powers within ourselves come when life seems most challenging." And this is where our work comes. So feel free. I'm gonna say, "Be still and know that I am God." And you can repeat after me silently or out loud. And I'm gonna drop a word every single time I say it. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know. Be still. Be. Now just let yourself be and rest in this place. Letting go of all the doing and just being now. Now just bringing one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly, and let's take a nice deep breath together as we breathe in, feeling the belly rise. We're sealing in all of our practice today. The belly falls. Just take another 2 breaths just like that, returning back to the space. Maybe move the fingers and toes. And now, however you wish to come back, just maybe bend the knees. Maybe lengthen out one arm of whatever side you're rolling to, and just roll to your side body and pause on the earth as you breathe in gratitude for that earth beneath you. The earth that connects us all. And now gently come back up to your seated position. Gently press yourself to seated. And we're going to end with another Om to kind of close out class. So just bring your hands outside of your hips as you take a nice deep inhale in. As you exhale, sending that Om out through the duration of the exhale, breathing in. Om. And now just gently flip the palms, breathing in, I am. As you seal that into your mind, your words, and into your heart, draw the thumbs to the heart. Heart reaches for the thumbs. Let's connect our mind and our heart together in that great I am. And from my heart to your heart, I'm wishing you guys just a blessed rest of your week as we lift the head, open our eyes, and namaste. Thank you guys. Appreciate you.